What up, though, y'all? It's Chris, broadcasting from the D. We got to talk about Raja Jackson again. Quentin Rampage Jackson's son. You guys know he kind of went on the nut. I'm not even going to go down at all that deep, man. He went on the nut, man. He jumped in the ring. Y'all all saw the video by now. Jumped in the ring. Scooped Psycho Stu up, slammed him. It seemed like Stu may have even been knocked out when he got slammed to the ground because he didn't defend himself at all from the first punch. He lands, they say, 23 punches before someone finally grabs him to pull him off. He starts fighting the guys, trying to get back over there to him. Just some really unhinged stuff, man. And it's been a week now since that's happened. And he's not been arrested and charged with anything, which is very surprising. For those of you out there who ever think that black folks don't have privilege, now I've said this plenty of times, that we absolutely have privilege as black folks in the United States of America. For those of you that think that black folks don't have privilege, and it's usually black folks that think that we're somehow still victims and being suppressed or whatever. No, privilege is when you can beat the hell out of a man and continue to beat him while he's unconscious. Get up, leave, and not be arrested and charged. Now, I don't know if anything will happen in the future, but as of me recording this today, he has not been arrested and charged for anything. He doesn't seem like he's suffering any repercussions. I guess Kick banned him, but that's really the only repercussions he's had. The young man, from what I've heard, what I've been hearing, is that he's been booked for a wrestling show. So a wrestling show is where this all happened. And he's been booked for another one. What is going on here? Again, as I said, y'all, don't tell me we as black folks don't have privilege when this young man was able to do what he did, not only receive any charges, but he back to working, taking gigs on the wrestling circuit. That's wild to me, man. I feel bad for the guy Stu simply because, just a fellow man. Obviously, I don't know this man. I never heard of this man because I don't really follow wrestling like that. But just man to man, I feel bad for the guy. Apparently, he's a veteran. He would do the wrestling as a way to kind of like deal with PTSD, to settle back into civilian life. He seemed to really love it. And, the guy, he flatlined. From all accounts, he flatlined. They could not wake him up. And he lost a bunch of teeth. This is from the account of people that were there, right? He lost a bunch of teeth. And he's going to have a hard time recovering from this. He's already having a hard time recovering from this. Some people are saying that he's going to have long-term damage from this. Like he's going to be dealing with issues from this for the rest of his life. I've even seen people defending him, saying he was bullied by the guy Stu and he deserved it. Okay, listen. There's no such thing as a grown man, 25 years old, who's been trained in mixed martial arts being bullied. People are like, oh, he bullied the kid and the kid reacted. I can tell you this with certainty. This is somebody who don't know nothing about Raja other than he Rampage Jackson's son. Based on how he feels about being disrespected, he feels like somebody always coming for him, somebody always testing him. He would not like being referred to as a kid. So those of you that are trying to downplay what he did, like, oh, the kid just responded, he would not be like he would not enjoy being called a kid. He wouldn't like it. He wouldn't. So enough of that nonsense. Don't defend man 25 years old. He's a grown-ass man. He's responsible for his actions. He let his emotions get the better of him. I've seen some stuff about his background. I've seen how, you know, his dad mostly. I think most of his issues stem from his dad always giving him shit his whole life. His dad always giving him grief. This is a young man. He don't really seem to process jokes, people playing around. He seems to be overly serious all the time because he thinks that everyone is trying to come for him, everyone's trying to test him, and that does seem to have started with the way his dad has always treated him. So I'm not making an excuse for him, of course. I'm just saying that based on doing some looking into him, there's things that I observed that I think his father, having the father that he has, it was telling. I'll just say that. I'm not gonna speak on him as a father, the quality of a father. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna say that there's things that I've seen that his father did to him that directly molded him into being the young man that he is. You know, as I said in the first video, he got way angrier at that situation than I thought he should have. You guys saw those guys, they're always working. They're always working. That's how it is. They have them there. Stu is working. He's like, you know who I am? He's like, no, I don't. And Stu grabs a can of pop and knocks it upside of his head. Now, for those of you that have ever held a pop can, you know that aluminum is very weak. He was not hurt from it being hit upside of his head. The contents of it flying everywhere is just for effect. It's because that's how fragile those aluminum cans are. He's working. You can clearly see. Now, there was a misunderstanding. He thought that there was something, he thought that Raja was working too. When he saw he was serious, he apologized. They even show him apologizing to him after it and him accepting it, them shaking on it. So there's no bullying here like people are trying to turn this into. Where things go bad is he gets on the phone with his dad and his dad once again gives him grief. And then he's reading the chat and the chat hyping him up, calling him a fake crash out and whatnot. This stuff is affecting him. This is a young man that he still haven't reached the point where people's opinions of him doesn't affect him. Obviously, his father, he wants his father to be proud of him. He wants his father's approval. So I get that. I can see why that would rattle him a bit. But for him to have let the chat rev him up like that was just insane to me, man. So, and his behavior afterwards, he didn't really seem all that concerned. When a guy called him up, somebody said that it was Rampage on the phone. That was not his father. Well, I don't know. Maybe it was. Who knows? All I know is he said he couldn't wake the nigga up. So maybe that was his father. But his reaction to being told, hey, they can't wake him up, there was no concern. He said, my bad. Just the whole thing was just crazy. So that's where we at. I intended to make a follow-up video about this sooner. I'm kind of glad that I didn't, because if I did, it wouldn't have included this new information, which is that he's been booked for some sort of show. Whether that show is going to see the light of day, we'll see. Perhaps there'll be enough backlash, controversy where they'll think better of it, but I honestly don't think so. Controversy sells, drama sells, and including him in a wrestling show after something like this happens provides both. So I doubt it. I'm gonna leave it there though, you guys. Hit me with a like if you like what I do. Hit me with a sub if you like what I do. And hit me in them comments. I'm gonna holler at y'all. Peace.